And you think about our greatest presidents. I mean, Abraham Lincoln. Here's a guy who didn't believe in slavery, but his first priority was keeping the Union. And I've got the Emancipation Proclamation hanging up in my office.
Abraham Lincoln contributed much to the country. He was born in February of 1809 in a one-room log cabin in Kentucky. The family moved to Perry County, Indiana, where they lived for quite a few years, then later moved to Macon County and Coles County, Illinois. This is a picture of the reconstructed log cabin home of the family, which is now a historic site. His mother died when he was 9, and his stepmother, Sarah, and sister raised him. In 1842, he was married to the young woman named Mary Todd. Mary and Abraham together had 4 boys. Their first son was named Robert. Their second boy was named Edward. They also called him Eddie. William was also born, Willie, and their 4th son named Thomas. Unfortunately, 3 of the boys died and only Robert lived to adulthood. Abraham Lincoln was a tall and strong man, standing at 6 feet 4 inches. He was the 16th president, and he was known for many things, including the Emancipation Proclamation. He led our country through the American Civil War.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States. Fourscore-and-7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
Lincoln was assassinated on April 14, 1865 in Ford's Theater. After being shot by John Wilkes Booth, Lincoln was taken to the home across the street, where he died the next morning. He was the first U.S. president to be assassinated. Although he died swiftly, his work did not. He's been memorialized across the country. Memorials include the sculptures on Mount Rushmore, the Lincoln Memorial, the National Historical Park in Kentucky, and various other statues, libraries, and museums. He has even been seen on stamps, and you might even recognize his face when you pick up the $5 bill, or even put a penny in your pocket. Abraham Lincoln was a great president. He was a strong man with a strong character.
President Lincoln not only understood the heartbreak of his country, he also understood the cost of sacrifice and reached out to console those in sorrow. In the fall of 1864, he learned that a widow had lost 5 sons in the Civil War, and he wrote her this letter. Dear Madam, I have been shown in the files of the War Department a statement of the Adjutant General of Massachusetts that you're the mother of 5 sons who have died gloriously on the field of battle. I feel how weak and fruitless must be any words of mine which should attempt to beguile you from the grief of a loss so overwhelming. But I cannot refrain from tendering to you the consolation that may be found in the thanks of the Republic they died to save. I pray that our Heavenly Father may assuage the anguish of your bereavement and leave you only the cherished memory of the loved and lost, and the solemn pride that must be yours to have laid so costly a sacrifice upon the altar of freedom. Yours very sincerely and respectfully, Abraham Lincoln.